Hello everybody and welcome back to another video here on the Jurassic Collectibles YouTube channel. So today we have got another look at the Amber collection, and this is a figure which my friend Tim, who runs Collect Jurassic, sent me. He got it off of Big Bad Toy Store, but this is available in the UK on Jurassic Toys. I will leave a link down below. And this is Velociraptor Charlie. So Charlie, obviously part of the Raptor squad, goes right alongside with Blue. You can see the beautiful Amber collection kind of branding that we are used to at this point. This packaging, honestly, never really loses its impact. It's so beautiful. We've got obviously the Jurassic World logo, the name of the raptor. You can see the raptor herself, Charlie, in the packaging there. Charlie does come with the camera from Jurassic World, as you can see there, which is quite nice. We have got the usual kind of packaging, so you've got the Jurassic World logo on the side and the Amber collection information on the other side. Not going to spend too long on these. You can see again that beautiful emboss work that we have seen on all of these at this point. And then on the back, we have a shot of Charlie from the scene in the raptor kind of containment area where they are being fed by Owen. And we do have a description for Charlie, and it says the youngest of her pack, Velociraptor Charlie, is raised and trained by Owen Grady. A smart and skilled predator by nature, she is enlisted with her pack to help overpower the Indominus Rex. However, the mission does not end up going as planned. So that is kind of your look at the packaging of Charlie. Really, really beautiful Amber collection packaging. Exactly what we've come to expect at this point in time. So we will open this packaging up and take a look at the figure out of the box. Okay, so here we have got Velociraptor Charlie out of the packaging, and I have to admit this is a nice figure, but ultimately I'm very disappointed with this one, purely because some quality control issues have struck again, and, you know, I don't want to bang on and on about it, because I know I've made this point before, but this is a £30 product. So what you see in front of you retails for £30 in the UK. So for this scale and for this size of figure to be that price point, I would expect really good quality control, and unfortunately that isn't here on this figure. Now that said, there is some very nice colours and some really nice paint applications, but unfortunately there's a couple of small issues that we'll get into as we go through the review. So, bringing Charlie closer to the camera, you can see that the head sculpt is, as always, pretty spot on for the Velociraptor. It looks really good. You've got it in this kind of almost, I'd say, light green. It looks a little bit lime on camera, but it's more light green. And then you do have kind of darker green highlights with Charlie. Now, you can see that the accessory fits on pretty well. That is the camera. I think I've mounted it in the right spot. I can't quite remember. But to get it off, it is a bit of a pain. You kind of have to properly wrestle with it. So I'm not going to do it on camera. But I do want to point out that that actually being there covers up one of the first issues that I've got with this figure, which is, if we can get it to focus, there's red paint on the figure. Now, I have absolutely no idea where that would have come from. You know, this figure does not use red anywhere apart from in the mouth. So it makes no sense to me that that right there is a problem on this figure. And when you have the camera off of Charlie, there's a little bit more behind where the camera is, and it's really, really pronounced. It absolutely stands out on this figure, and I think that that is a real shame, because it does ruin this figure in some ways for me. And I know it sounds silly getting upset over a little bit of paint splash, but when you pay this much money for a figure like this, you expect it to be good quality. Now, with that said, the rest of the paint applications are done incredibly well, and I do want to give Mattel credit for those. You can see we have got some really nice dark stripes going all down the back and up into the neck, and that striping continues down through the tail. You can see there, if we can get that to focus a little bit more, Some really, really nice details throughout this figure. And they do go above and beyond, again, with the paintwork on Charlie especially. You can see, if we can get that to focus, loads of paintwork on the arm here. Nice phased colours down into the claws. Lots of paintwork on the thigh. Looks really, really good. Coming down into the legs. Looks really, really good. Lots of really good paintwork here. And also the movable sickle claw, as you can see there. So there is some really, really good paintwork on this figure. And I do want to credit that. You know, there's, as you can see here, if we can get that to focus. You can see there's greys and light tans and light greens. So there's lots of really, really well thought out paintwork applied to really get this looking like Charlie. You know, if I position it there, you can quite clearly tell that this is meant to be Charlie. I just think it is a shame that there is that quality control issue because of how expensive this figure is. You know, if this was a £10 attack pack, then I would be a little bit more allowing for the fact that the paintwork wouldn't be spot on, but this is a premium product, so it needs to have that attention to detail. And that comment right there leads on to my second issue, which is the fact that Charlie's jaw is not properly attached on this figure. So you can see I can open it fine and it looks good, but because of the quality control issue with the jaw, I cannot shut it. So you can see there, you can't really see on camera, but it's basically not glued into place properly. So it should look like this when it's closed. And instead it looks like this, and you have a lot of unsightly gum because it's just not glued into place properly. And again, you know, I hate to say it, but it's a £30 figure. You can see from the side there, kind of, if I get that to focus. There you go. You can see exactly where it's detached now. I'd expect an issue like this from an attack pack, maybe, yes. Not from an Amber Collection figure. And that is really where my issue is with this figure. And it's a shame because it is a nice figure, you know. It has got all of the articulation that Blue has got, that the other Raptor has got, so it is a highly, highly poseable figure. And I won't go into that too much because you've all seen it at this point. You all know how poseable these things are. But it just suffers from that really, really small quality control issue that just shouldn't have a place in a line that's meant to be their premium line. And you know, it doesn't sit well with me anyway that it's £30 for a Velociraptor, but £30 for a Velociraptor with quality control issues just doesn't really feel appropriate. So I do hope that moving forwards, the line sees an improvement in quality control. I know that Blue and Owen were really, really good figures. I think that because this was kind of a half wave, maybe they didn't have as much budget to kind of get it out, get it done. But Dennis Nedry and the Dilophosaurus look really good. I'll be reviewing both of those on the channel, so I do hope that they have some better quality control at least. Now, just like with all the figures, Charlie does come with the stand with the kind of transparent connector for the Velociraptor. And if we compare her to Blue, you can see she looks good with Blue. And if we then put Owen kind of there, you can see that they do look nice as a setup. And it is a really cool kind of like little Jurassic World trio that we've now got. And I imagine we will get the rest of the Raptor squad eventually. So they will look really, really good all lined up and all set up together. It is just a real shame that this figure, like I say, has got some quality control issues that stop it from being the fantastic figure that I can see it clearly is otherwise. So with all that said, I think if you want to pick up Charlie, I would definitely recommend her. She is a very, very nice new Velociraptor. The colour scheme on her in particular is beautiful. I just think be wary for some quality control issues potentially. It could be that I got really unlucky. I mean, Mattel do tend to pay more attention to quality control on the Amber Collection. So it could be that I got really unlucky, and in which case that's fair enough. I can't hold them to account too much for that because obviously it's not a problem that they could have foreseen, but it is frustrating that obviously those issues are there. So I think that's everything for this review, guys. I'm sorry it's been a little bit more negative than they would usually be. I just tend to base products a lot on their value, and obviously if I'm paying more money for something, I expect it to be higher quality. So hopefully that makes sense to you. But equally, because this is Amber Collection, it is the collector line, I am going to leave the comments on for this video. We're kind of experimenting at the moment. We're putting them back on where we can because we've really missed that interaction. So I am going to leave them on because I'm interested to see what you will think. Do you think that this is a good figure? Do you like the colours? Do you think the quality control issues are unfortunate? So do let me know in the comments down below. And until the next video, guys, take care and have a great week.